Time to try 28 different Pepperidge Farm cookies. That's a lot of fucking cookies. I did not realize there were this many Milanos. This one's gonna be a lot. So let's just go into it. First off, we have the classic Milano milk chocolate. The classic sandwich cookie. Just a nice, perfectly pleasant cookie. Chocolate between two buttery cookies. This is the standard on which we'll be judging approximately 100,000 fucking Milano cookies. Here is double milk chocolate Milano. How could this possibly taste any different? Okay, it's maybe thicker, I guess. Yep, slightly more chocolatey. I kind of like these better though. Yeah, it actually does add a little more chocolate, which is kind of nice. But what about dark chocolate? Okay, it's already broken in half. That works out. I kind of like those better. They're slowly getting a little bit better and better. Not as sweet, which is actually a good thing for me. I like milk chocolate, but dark chocolate has sort of a more sophisticated edge to it. But what about double dark chocolate? Can barely tell the difference. I feel like in this case, you don't need the double. The regular dark chocolate does the job just fine. These are still good. Just a little more chocolate than I need. But what about dark chocolate sea salt? Was there really this much demand where their marketing team had to go, hold on, let's do double dark chocolate. Okay, now let's do dark chocolate sea salt. With that said, I like sea salt with chocolate, so that's good. What's interesting is the sea salt doesn't actually accentuate the chocolate as much as I thought. It actually kind of accentuates the cookie. It kind of makes the cookie taste more buttery and more sweet, which makes sense because the cookie is pretty subtle. And the whole point of adding salt to stuff is to kind of accentuate more subtle flavors. I don't know if this is an improvement, but it's still good. Interesting. It wasn't the effect I was expecting. Okay, it's just the Milano train here. Let's just go through all these. This is raspberry chocolate. Has a nice bright sort of jam-like flavor with the chocolate. Definitely more of raspberry jam than chocolate. So far, none of these they're all good. I mean, they're all fucking Milanos. Like, it's the same thing, just slightly different. It's gonna be hard to ruin one, I think, but we'll see. Here's another fruit one, Milano orange chocolate. Has the exact same appeal as those orange chocolates. Not as good as the raspberry one, but still good. Feel like a lot of these are just gonna be, they're good. They're just buttered cookies with chocolate. It's not much else you can say. My stomach is gonna, however, have an issue as we continue. All right, Milano caramel macchiato. These actually have a sort of caramel color. These taste exactly as advertised. Like there's that very strong caramel flavor with a coffee undertone, but they're very sweet. Probably my least favorite so far, even though they still taste good, but after one, I was like, I think I'm good. Like, for now, anyway. This is definitely something that is too sweet for my tastes. Okay, here's another fruit one, the Milano strawberry chocolate. Has a slight pink edge to it, if you can see that. This tastes exactly like, if you've ever had strawberry Pocky, it's like that combined with a little bit of chocolate Pocky. I still think the raspberry one's the best because that one had a really nice bright flavor. This is a little more kind of like stereotypical artificial strawberry, but still good. Also not nearly as sweet as the caramel macchiato. That one so far is my least favorite. I don't know how I feel about this. Milano Irish cream. All right. I feel like this one's going to be way too sweet. Wow, it smells just like, damn. This one is weird. I'm not crazy about this. It's trying to taste like booze, but I don't think there's any booze. I mean, I doubt anyway there's any booze in this. So what it ends up tasting like is like almost tastes like coconut potpourri. Just like a really like artificial, like tangy kind of flavor. I get where they're going, what they're going for, but I do not like it. Okay, let's take a break from Milanos for a second. Jesus Christ. Here we have some Farmhouse cookies. Thin and crispy milk chocolate chip. I think I've had one of these before. Just gonna start breaking these in half because otherwise I'm gonna die. Ooh, whoa. That's really good. That is like a really buttery, butterscotch flavored cookie. The best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had. My wife made the chocolate chip cookies from Serious Eats recipe that J. Kenji Lopez Alt did, and these taste very similar to that. It's very butterscotch, very buttery, very rich and crispy. This is really good. Let's see how the dark chocolate chip thin and crispy Farmhouse cookies hold up. They even have like a nice golden look. I think the flavor profile of this one is a little different. It's like almost gingerbready in its flavor. Still like the same concept, like kind of buttery. I like the other ones better, but this is still pretty good. I think because of the dark chocolate, it makes it a little more bitter. Actually changes the flavor profile of the cookie itself a bit. So more of like a brown sugar note to it. Farmhouse white chocolate chip thin and crispy. I feel like this is gonna be super sweet. These are good, and I gotta say, maybe some of the best packaged like chocolate chip cookies I've ever had. Like, damn, like this makes Chips Ahoy just taste like absolute cracker bullshit in comparison. These really do kind of taste like have a homemade quality and how buttery they are. But this is probably my least favorite of the three. As much as I love white chocolate, it's too sweet, and it kind of gets in the way of the cookie. And so the cookie is a little too sweet. That original milk chocolate one, that might be my favorite cookie so far. That was fucking good. This is pretty good. But don't get me wrong, any one of these takes Chips Ahoy in the fucking butthole. And Famous Amos, don't even talk to me. While I'm on a chocolate chip cookie style high, let's go for the soft baked Santa Cruz oatmeal raisin. I don't really like soft baked cookies, but let's see. Oh, these feel wet, and I don't like these kind of cookies. If you like soft cookies, you might like this. But to me, this is like eating a raisin-soaked sponge. I do not like this texture at all. The flavor's okay. It's got some, raisin and almost like a citrusy flavor. But it's just like a mushy, grainy sponge. I really don't like that. Definitely not for me. It's like if somebody took a cookie and just like dunked it in water and then gave it to me. Like I don't like that at all. All right, I'll try the Chesapeake dark chocolate pecan. How do they have so many different names for like a chocolate chip cookie? It's a big boy. All right. These are much worse than the Farmhouse ones. This is like what you expect from like a store-bought cookie. Just like a grainy, granular, kind of gritty texture. Not much flavor dimension going on. In fact, when I bit into it, I feel like salt like hit the back of my throat. I don't taste the pecans that are supposed to be in here. This is pretty disappointing in comparison. Like those Farmhouse ones kick so much dick, and this is just like, this is nothing. This is like grainy bitch shit. Fuck this. I think my strategy here is just to get through these as quickly as possible so I don't, and just try not to burn out, but I'm fading. Alright, here we have Chessman, the butter ones. Are there other ones besides this? They look very elegant. I appreciate these. They've got a good crunch. Like, I was worried these were going to be too soft and like buttery and crumbly, but they have a nice texture, a nice actual firmness to them. Would definitely go really well with like a coffee or tea. So I respect it. Like, they're not amazing, but they are very good for what they are trying to do, which is just a nice solid butter cookie with some firmness. Now let's try Bordeaux caramelized crisp. This is a thin bitch. Not bad. It's almost got the texture of like brittle glass. Like, flavor is not as good as those chocolate chip cookies, those Farmhouse ones. These are a little more on the note of like, if those are like buttery cookies, these are more like crunching into like toffee or hard candies, like caramels, that sort of flavor, as opposed to like sort of a buttery note. Definitely more just kind of like sweet toffee, but pretty good. Okay, we're getting there. Here we have Brussels dark chocolate. How are these different from Milanos? They're a circle, of course, you dipshit. Imagine a Milano with like almost an eggshell, like crispy, crunchy texture. Not as good, but if you're into that kind of texture, these are okay. Here's Verona Strawberry. These look like butter cookies with a jam. A little disappointing. I was expecting the jam to taste a lot brighter than it does. It's just kind of subdued, almost like somebody melted a fruit roll up onto this okay butter cookie. Not even the butter cookie's that good. Kind of gritty. It's okay. But after experiencing what they can do with butter cookies, it's like a kind of shitty gritty butter cookie with a fruit roll up melted on it. I'm okay. Well then, let's try the blueberry one. Okay. You know what these taste like? Fucking Pop-Tarts. And if you watch the Pop-Tarts video, you know my feelings on Pop-Tarts overall. As much as I like blueberry Pop-Tarts, this tastes like a blueberry Pop-Tart, and I don't want a blueberry Pop-Tart cookie. Because blueberry Pop-Tarts compared to like a good butter cookie tastes like real ass. This is kind of the same. It's just like bad fruit filling. It's look at it. It's like almost like stuck on there like an accident. Fuck this. Fuck this blueberry bitch. All right, here is the pirouettes. They're chocolate fudge, and they come in this fancy tin. Okay, I'm just gonna break off a piece. So this is going for like a Nutella almost kind of thing. I like them fine, but it's too much filling. It's too much chocolate filling that doesn't taste that good. I think Pepperidge Farm, the greatest strength with their cookies is the texture of the cookie and the quality of the cookies. You don't need tons of chocolate. In fact, covering your cookie in a bunch of chocolate kind of ruins it. And these don't even have the benefit of like a really good cookie. These are just kind of like, you know, like a wafer filled with chocolate. It's like the most bare bones thing you can do. There's nothing really special going on here. It's not like the chocolate tastes amazing. The wafer doesn't taste amazing. They look nice, but that's about it. All right, let's try some of these ones I haven't eaten in the classic collection. Here's just a regular pirouette. See, that's much better. I don't need the chocolate. This, you can actually kind of taste the cookie, which is not special, but it's light and crispy, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's just a nice, light, crisp, mild cookie. And I don't need that chocolate that doesn't taste that good. It's a very pleasing texture. Here's a Geneva. It's covered in crunchy peanuts. Also the back said Pepperidge Farm. This is as basic as you can get. It's not particularly good. It's like just like a graham cracker covered in chocolate. And it's trying to be like, hey, you love chocolate, right? Ignore this cookie. This cookie is kind of bullshit, but you like chocolate and pecans, right? What's the point? Just eat chocolate. If you want this, you don't need to have this mediocre ass cookie. And here's a Lisbon, which is dipped in chocolate. The cookie's decent in this one. It's like those butter cookies you get in those tins that look like sewing, like your mom always put like sewing stuff in. It's like that butter cookie. But the chocolate is too much. Let me taste the damn cookie. Are you a chocolate farm, Pepperidge Farm? Do you grow chocolate? I don't want to taste the chocolate. 4 cookies left and I feel like, oh my god. The dessert ones of these are always tough. I never want to eat a cookie again in my life after doing these. Fuck! Alright, here's an Orleans cookie. Again, it's just a cookie with chocolate. This is just a flat Milano. Alright, here's a Lido. They're just putting names on the same cookie 10 times. This is a fat Milano. It's just a thick one. They're all the same. I hate chocolate. I hate it. This is a... what the fuck is this? A Bordeaux, but with chocolate. Oh boy, make it worse. This one's okay. The texture is nice. I can taste the damn cookie. Because it's really buttery and kind of caramelly. I don't need this chocolate though. This chocolate is just ruining my life. Get out of here. And finally, Lisbon chocolate dipped. Oh my god. It's all the same. If you buy this, you're buying the same cookie 7 times, apparently. Like, it's just... whew. I never want to eat chocolate again. Okay. That was that. overall, the farmhouse cookies were delicious. There were some solid ones here and there, but in the end, I was overwhelmed by the mediocrity and sameness of some of these damn chocolate covered cookies. Oof. Alright. I need to lie down.